tuned for sports.
Keeping Score with Jess and Dean.
It is Sunday, December 21st. Our Christmas show is here. I can't believe we've made it a whole nother year. Hello.
Hi, and we're back in the penthouse.
Yes, we are. I ended up working some things out.
Yeah.
I had to redo everything. It's currently, don't say anything Seinfeld because I can't find that drop.
That's fine. That's
all right,
fine.
so for this
That's
week, we
gonna
don't
be
have...
difficult.
I know.
Does that mean this episode will be on YouTube?
It
we're
is,
back on
yeah,
YouTube?
which I think will be good for our Christmas gifts that we're
Okay,
going to have at
nice.
the end
Lot
of the show.
visuals,
Yeah,
lot of visuals.
It's nice. We'll have a little prop stuff, and obviously we're excited to be back on YouTube, so we're going to do that. I have to tell you a story, and I wanted to do it in person.
Oh, when you told me before the show that you had a story for me, it sounded like a little bit personal. So now that if you're saying it on Keeping Score here Sunday morning at 9 to 10, then I know it can't be like anything really. Go ahead.
And you're going to be disappointed, but I'm fine. I'm alive. I'm here. So let's
wow.
put it that way. So on
Chick almost bought the farm.
on Wednesday, I go to see you at Antonio's to pick up a gift certificate. So Antonio's, and it's not your fault, has the worst parking lot in America.
I've told you that. We
So
all know that.
I went to pull in the parking lot. There was this one car backing out, and there was another car coming. There was no way anyone could get out. So I had to back out on Park Ave. Fine, whatever. Then I go to park at Losteria. There's no parking there. So I park at St. Mary's Feast Society. And I run across the street, give a hug to Paul and the crew, wave to you, you're aggravated, whatever, get my gift certificate. I go back across the street, and when I was coming to see you, there was this girl just walking back and forth. And I'm like, is she waiting for an Uber or is she waiting for a bus? Get in my car, start it up. Girl's walking back and forth. Knocks on the window. Can you give me a ride? So she shows me her phone. She goes, I need to go here. And it was on Garden Hills Drive. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm late for an appointment. Like I was just picking up a gift. And so she's just like,
just tell me she didn't have blonde hair. Just please tell me she didn't have blonde hair. Because
it's dirty blonde.
Because Wednesday night I had a girl at the bar. She's been in before. She's a problem, and that's why you probably saw like a little bit of a puss on my face. I was in the weeds, but she's a problem.
She was wearing all sweats.
She doesn't stay still. She just gets up and she's walking around. She complains, sends the food back.
No, she didn't have money. This kid's young. She was like 26 years old.
Nah, she's girl's beat. She's like our age, but she's beat up.
No, she's not.
She was a problem.
I'd say she's like 26, 27 years old.
No.
So against my better decision, I drove her to her destination, which was on Garden Hills Drive. Now, my thing was, if she was telling me, drive me Dyer Ave, drive me down Cranston, I was going to be like, no, sorry, I can't do it. But I was driving basically past my house. And then I was just like, all right, worst comes to worst. She goes to stab me. I'll just crash the car. Like I had the plans going.
Yeah.
Then I call the little one just to be like, hey, heads up, I'm taking a stranger in my car. Doesn't pick up. So anyway, we had a lovely conversation. I'm not dead. I've told this story to many people. Everyone's disappointed in me. But where are the days when good deeds are welcome?
No,
we can't even do that
I think
anymore.
you're a wonderful person for doing it, but I want to know my end of it. Now, if you had that gift certificate ready for you, would this still have happened? I mean, if
I could park in the parking lot, I would have been
so
fine.
it was all about the parking.
Yes, it had nothing to do with the gift certificate.
Oh, so I'm good.
No.
Because I think the concerning part about the whole thing with the gift certificate, a little sidebar to this story, is not only did I not have it ready for you, but until I saw your face, which, by the way, I can't see 10 feet in front of me, I saw you, I realized it, and it didn't even hit me right away, which I think is a little concerning. But I also told you when we left studio last week, and then you all of a sudden tell me about needing a gift certificate, and then we talked on the phone 5 days before the gift certificate.
It was not 5 days. It was Saturday, and I needed it on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday. No shot. I'm just saying, and I told you it was set up for failure. And then I said something about remind me or something again. You said I'll send you some. No shot. And I'm being honest with you. No clue. It's concerning.
And so,
it was
were
a
you
tough
originally
week.
mad because you thought I wanted a seat at the bar, or you were mad?
I caught on right away.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, she's here for a GC.
Yeah.
But I didn't panic because I knew Paul was going to come right over and get it done. It was only going to take a second.
Yeah, no, that part had nothing to do with the gift certificate.
It
had to do with the crappy parking at Antonio's.
But on my end, it's still like the concerning part is like not remembering things, and tough week. Tough week at the trot.
That's all right. Listen, I wasn't coming over. I was just letting you be.
No, I know.
It was a very heavy scene over there.
No, I know. But I did have a woman at the end of the bar. She was a little bit of a problem. She kept getting up. She's on the phone. Just stuff that was just agitating. And I was jammed. I was underwater like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a tough week. But
and I can't believe how many people, everyone claims that they have no money and then everybody's out to eat. I've never seen restaurants so busy in my entire life.
No, I'm not going to lie. Like I'm blessed. I got killed and I was crying and I wanted to end it all. But there
Well,
were
you could have Mariah was her
I could have
name.
given her the right. It would have been all over if I let her get in the Lexus. But no, it was hundreds were flying. It was a good week, and
Okay.
you just get through it. And then of course now next week it's a short week because now Wednesday and Thursday I lose because you got Christmas Eve, Christmas. So I just go in Friday. It's and I'm working tomorrow night, which is Monday. Christian needs a little help, so this is what you do around the holidays. You get through it. But
you guys are closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day?
because we never did Christmas before.
Yeah,
and
I
Christmas
know.
Eve they stopped doing years ago, so you get two out of it. So I'm not complaining.
Right.
I'll get Wednesday, Thursday off. Make one of the shifts up by doing Monday night in the dining room or doing a party or something.
Yeah.
And then I come back the day after Christmas, which is the Friday, which I don't know how that'll be.
Well, I have that day off, so you never know.
What?
Uh-oh.
We
that
got to
could
figure
be
out a keeping score schedule for that week because I know you're mailing it in that week.
I
We'll
didn't even
figure it
think
out.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
it's definitely the home front. I'm not
I say we get through this one first.
Exactly.
What do you think?
Speaking of that, because it's going to be a Christmas show, we need more time at the end. So let's get to it. We are once again on YouTube today, and keep in mind I don't know what music I'm going to be playing, so we're just going to go with it from here. Let's see what happens.
May under center, tosses it right for Travion Henderson. The Bills have it defended well. He tries to bounce it back left. He sprints across the 40. 2 men to beat for the 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Patriots! You got to be kidding me! And like that, New England has the lead. Allen under center, 2nd and 1 handoff. Cook runs through the middle. He's got a touchdown. He ran right past the Patriots defensive front, and Buffalo has regained the lead.
Yeah, they kicked your tail the second half, man. They really have.
Patriots ahead of schedule, but they got to this point with a chance to win the division today. Denied by a proud Buffalo team with an all-world player. No caps and T-shirts to be taken out of the boxes today for the Patriots. They've got some work to do the next few weeks.
What a disappointment. I was watching that game, and I was like, first of all, it snowed. So did you have to do all the things, or did you stay home?
I can't disclose everything because I hosed my mother. I called her to tell her, and Larry picked up on one end. She's on the other end. I said, I'm not coming today. And I got dead air. So I know she copped an attitude. Larry goes, really? I'm like, yeah, there's no point in it. And I know it's snowing, and I didn't disclose my location, whether I was hooping it or not. But the bottom line is I enjoyed watching the game in the snow. But yeah, I mailed it in. I got a little dead air on the other side from Pat. Pat wasn't happy.
So I had to go to my mom's, and I had a shovel.
Yeah.
So I watched the first quarter with her. And then in my brain, I'm like, oh, wow, they're doing really well. Do I stay for the entire game because they're doing so well? But eventually I went home, although my mom did a shot with me,
Oh, wow.
which I thought I was like, I'm in for that.
Hoisting it.
I know. So then I ended up going home because I had a shovel at home. And I'm like, okay, we're in good shape. It was, 24-7.
Yeah.
I'm like, feeling good. We look so good. And then it was like everyone fell asleep and we lost. And you called it. But I thought at some point, my question to you was, did you think the Patriots were going to pull that one out?
Yeah, of course I did. And even it doesn't matter whether I picked Buffalo. I certainly wouldn't have still picked Buffalo if I saw that if you told me, Dean, the Pats are going to be up 21 donut from the rip. I would have said, okay, this team, I believe in them. They've known how to hold leads. They've played with leads. They've come from behind. But I hate this. I want to say one positive thing, even though they did kind of gag it away. Those 5 touchdowns in a row kind of reminded me of the playoff game 5 years ago where they scored and they didn't punt. Yep. It was a little bit of a flashback. But the play where Zolak was going nuts on the Travion Henderson, I think it was the second touchdown where he went right and then cut it back left.
I love the Drake May block.
That's the play of the year to me. No one's going to talk about it because the Pats lost, but how cool was that?
It was unbelievable.
Listen,
and he was keeping up with
I got goosebumps right now. The guy's fast. You got Drake May. You got Travion Henderson. You've had a good draft. Will Campbell. You've got the coach. Tough day for the Patriots, and it was a tough week all the way around. We'll get into it in other sports. It was a tough week in New England sports, and obviously tough in the personal, as far as off the field in the world. So it was just a lot of things that could be upset about. One loss here, obviously, you thought the Pats were going to bag the division, but at 11-3 with a big game in Baltimore tonight, there's still a lot to be decided. But this is why, and we talked about it on Pro FM on Friday. This is why you pay a guy like Milton Williams over $100 million to be an interior lineman, and he's out with an ankle injury. Now we'll be back, but you've seen the last couple of weeks, last couple of games, the Patriots have been exploited in the run game. You saw Cook going up the middle, and of course Spillane, I think was active in the game but wasn't playing because he's got an injury. And that's going to be important to see if he's in that Baltimore game tonight.
So, do you think this loss is a good thing? Do you think it kind of resets them a little bit? I mean, they did win 10 in a row. Do you think that this is just like, hey, wake up?
I don't know. It can be a good thing. Yeah. I don't know if it is is a good thing. We're going to find out if it's a good thing. A lot of people are hopping back to 2001 when the Patriots played maybe the St. Louis Rams at the time. They became the Los Angeles Rams, and they lost a Sunday night game at Foxborough, a real close game against the best show on turf, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner, and those guys. And it was a very close game. I remember they were right there. And then they played them in the Super Bowl. I think that loss helped them. I think at that time the Patriots were 5-5 or 6-5. They were on a little bit of a roll.
Yep.
They got a little wake-up call that night and then realized that, well, we're really not that good. We got to get this thing together. And they saw them again, and they saw them in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here in New England, but you could see Buffalo again. Could be the AFC, division round, whatever it is. So a lot of people still are confident that the Patriots are better than Buffalo and that, they see them again, they're going to beat them. But
they were in the first half. Yeah. It was just like, I think if we had, by the way, was there any people on the, I'm fixing the TVs, anyone on the Bills that was significantly a significant player that was out? Because I do know that we're kind of run down. I mean, there are a lot of injuries for the Patriots.
On defense, Ed Oliver didn't play, but Ebenezer played. Milano was in there.
Yeah.
They had Poyer. They had their guys. On offense, it was Josh Allen. You got the best player on the planet. You just would have thought that the Pats could have adjusted, at least got a stop somewhere.
Yeah.
But there was 5 drives where it was just like, wow, they just kept coming, and you just could kind of feel it at that point. And I obviously text you, and if you gave me the perfect text back, you said, got to keep it up, and they clearly did not keep it up.
No, I have Vrabel talking about Josh Allen.
This isn't Josh Allen's first rodeo in these kinds of games. He's dozens, a couple of dozen. What is it about him? What do you see on maybe in film why he's able to do this sort of game in and game out?
I mean, it's the same thing everybody else sees. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, runs fast, hard to tackle, hard to get down on the ground. It's accurate, strong arm. Like, I'm giving you, dissertation on a league MVP. It's like, just watch all the games and know that it's just the same as it was last week. You had a guy free, weren't able to make the play. Last week's team had a guy free, weren't able to make the play. Like, that's why they draft him that's why they pay him $60 million. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
So obviously, I mean, that's something that I think we all think of him when it comes to Josh Allen. Like, he's just a beast. And I think that, if anything, and I don't want the Patriots to lose, obviously I want them to be in the playoffs and I want them to win as far as they can win. But looking at the season and the teams right now, there's no more Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is Josh Allen's time. Like, if these Bills don't win, I don't know when they're not going to have Patrick Mahomes playing.
No, because every year it's Mahomes, it's Lamar Jackson. Even though they're not good in the playoffs, he's always an MVP candidate type guy.
Right.
His legs are not the same. So, like, you take Mahomes, they're not in the playoffs. Burrow, Cincinnati's terrible, and he's out. So, like, this, you're right. If he doesn't seize the opportunity here, I don't want to hear that he doesn't have the weapons. They don't have good receivers. You got Josh Allen. You got James Cook. I know Cook's fumbled a few times the last couple of weeks, but not last week. This is their season, and it's lining up for them. There's not one team. Somebody asked me the other night, who's the best team in the NFL? And I have to, even when you go to the NFC, it takes time to really think about it.
Yeah.
You had that Rams-Seahawks matchup. We're going to get right into that from Thursday Night Football. Those are good teams. But again, there's not a team where I could say, oh, God, we got to play them. Like, I think it's wide open. It's anybody's right now. And I think the Pats are in that mix.
So let's talk about tonight. Can the Patriots afford to lose at the Ravens? I know they flex the game to 8:00. They know it's going to be a big game. If the Patriots lose tonight, is it still, all right, we're going to win the next 2 games after that? Like, schedule wise, bye wise, like,
yeah, I think you lose tonight. You start to get the naysayers and the doubters, and then of course the haters that said they weren't that good and they didn't play anybody, and now they play 2 teams, and even Baltimore's not real this year. But if you lose at Baltimore and you lose at home to Buffalo, a lot of it's kind of gonna be one of those like prove it to me again type things.
Yeah.
And then like you said, if you beat the Jets in Miami the last 2 games, you're supposed to do that. But if you're thinking about the division, listen, I'm just thinking that the worst case scenario, they're gonna be in the playoffs. They got 11 wins already. But if they blow that division, end up playing as a wild card, I'd be very disappointed to see them lose the division. So I think a win is paramount tonight for their chances to win the division and pretty much knock Baltimore. Pittsburgh's made a little bit of a run. Baltimore at 7-7. It's going to be a good game. I mean, it's because like I said, with Lamar limited with his legs, that hamstring injury, he's playing, but he's not 100%. Only 333 yards rushing this year with 2 touchdowns. I've told you before, you take his legs away from him. And I hate to say that, take his legs away from him. Different. You know what I mean? His ability to make plays in the pocket. I think he's just an average quarterback when he's just throwing the football. Mark Andrews, great tight end. Look for a lot of a lot of Derrick Henry tonight. 10 touchdowns, 1,125 yards on the season. But obviously, with Milton Williams still out there on the line, Patriots could be in a little bit of trouble. Spillane, they got some injuries. Christian Ellis has been ill all week, so you got to have those guys in there to make sure you have your players because this is a big game. It's a big game.
I thought Lamar was sick earlier in the week as well. Am I right on that?
Yeah, there's been a bunch of guys that are kind of nicked up and ill.
I just feel like with the Ravens, there are so many. Like you said, Andrews, there's Flowers. He's still playing, right? I mean, these people haven't been having the seasons that they used to have. Is it Lively? Is that the other one? Or
so likely. And if you remember, I'm glad. Yeah, no, but I'm glad you brought that up. There was a play a couple of weeks ago, and you know I hate Baltimore.
Right.
But they lost, I think, that game to Pittsburgh last week, 2 weeks ago. And there was a play in the end zone where he caught the ball, Jess, and he extended it. If that's not a touchdown, then I don't know what's a catch anymore.
Right.
They took it away from him. They said you have to have the foot and then the other foot, and then you got to make a play. At what point a catch is a catch? He laid the ball out because he was trying to not lose it.
Right.
To have someone whack it away. He was trying to extend. It was a catch.
Right.
And I'm glad they lost because I don't like them. Not that I love Pittsburgh, but it was a bad call. And he's a very good tight end. He's the backup to Andrews. They got a nice 1-2 punch for tight ends.
Right.
So they still have weapons there. It's going to be interesting. Kyle Van Noy, former Patriot linebacker on defense, had a pretty good year.
Last week.
Yeah, he's been huge. So I got a feeling. Unfortunately, I think that I'm not saying that this is going to snowball from last week, but I got a feeling this is going to be a tough one. They're going to have to play their best game to come out of there with a victory. Could be Baltimore in a tight one. And then you start wondering at 11-4, but still a great overall season so far.
All right. So what do you think? We thank our sponsors and we come back with week 16. Obviously kicking things off with talking about the Rams and Seahawks. Oh, wait, why isn't hold on.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion, promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org. No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave, Johnson, and at neautobody.com.
All right, week 16, we got to recap the Rams and the Seahawks went to bed. The Rams were winning 30-14, felt good about it. They looked great. And then I wake up and Seattle wins at home. What in the world?
Sometimes you have to let the 60 minutes play out, or in this event, overtime, so more than 60 minutes, because I was sitting there in the fourth quarter saying, all right, can't wait to go on Keeping Score to talk about I'm officially saying Sam Darnold sucks.
Right.
Because I bought into him, and then he throws 4 picks a few weeks ago versus the Rams, and they still almost only lost that game by 2 points. But this went back and forth, and it was 30-14. He throws a pick on the goal line almost with inside the 10 to a big lineman. I think he didn't even catch the ball. He just hit him in the breadbasket. So the guy walks off the field. He goes, I'm tired. The guy goes, he ran 4 yards after that. But at that point, it's 30-14. They're going in for a score. So I'm like, it's over. 9 minutes to go. What happened was there was a punt return. The kid Shaheed, who they picked up in a trade from New Orleans. That was a receiver that played against the Patriots earlier in the season. Got traded to Seattle. He took the punt back, changed the whole dynamic of the game. Now it was 30 to, they only got the 2 point. It was 30-22. It starts getting tight now.
Yeah.
There was a fluky play where the kid picks the ball up on the goal line on a 2-pointer on a lateral. They called that a 2-pointer. So everything just went Seattle's way. And of course, Sam Darnold, they went for 2 in overtime and got it done. That was a great football game by 2 really good teams. And one's 11-4 and 12-3. And You're going to see those two teams in the playoffs back and forth affair. Puka Nacua in a loss had 225 yards receiving. He
It's
is
amazing
off the
how
charts.
he still gets how he gets open and how he catches those balls. It's amazing how he gets
But
open.
I got to give Seattle credit, whether I like Donald or not. They were down 16 in the fourth quarter. He has six interceptions versus the Rams in 2 games, but they split with them. That was huge, and I think they went for the 2 only because they felt like they would lose the tiebreaker.
Right.
So they lost. Man, I always tell you never know how the tie is going to help you or hurt you.
Yep.
They knew it was going to hurt them, so they said we're going for the W, and they got it.
Yeah, well, good for them. I don't like Darnold's mustache. All right.
Oh, it's always something.
So obviously we got the games today. We have Buffalo at Cleveland. Buffalo's giving them 10.5. Here's the thing. They say that with the spread after a big win like Buffalo had, they're saying that most likely Buffalo won't cover the spread unless it's Buffalo with Josh Allen. And therefore they say go with Buffalo, giving them 10.5.
Go with Buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Safe
Go
to
with Buffalo.
say. We got the Chargers at Dallas. Dallas getting 2.5 at home. Why are the Chargers aren't the Chargers better than Dallas? What are we doing?
It's a great question. And I don't have a great answer. It doesn't matter. Dallas couldn't beat Minnesota at home. They that game was in Minnesota, wasn't it? Like Dallas game. It doesn't matter. Dallas is terrible. They were 6-6-1. We gave them a puncher's chance.
Yep.
I said if they run the table, maybe they get in. They're terrible. I didn't even make a selection for this game. Just pick a team. I mean, Chargers, you keep saying they're not that good. They keep winning though.
I know. I just don't like them, but I'm going with Chargers.
All right.
I'm going with the Chargers. All right, we have Kansas City at Tennessee. Who's starting for Kansas City? Who's the backup?
What? Oh God. You know what, Jess? It eludes me right now. It's not Zappy's not there. Zappy's
Is
in
it
Cleveland.
Zach? Not Zach.
No.
Wilson.
We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the bottom line. And I just want to say this, by the way. Last week just felt like it was a terrible Sunday all the way around in the league. Our team lost. Gag away at 21-0. And then all of a sudden you see, Micah Parsons for the Green Bay torn ACL out for the season. Patrick Mahomes, the league, goes down out for the season and out probably most of next season. And I'm saying to myself, what a terrible day for the league.
Yeah.
When your stars go down. So in this game, I listen. At Tennessee, Kansas City's been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. I'm going to go with Tennessee in this game.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
You think they're just going to give up?
I'm giving them.
They still need their bonuses.
I don't care. I'm giving them the game.
Wow.
And I'm sorry that the name eludes me. It was quarterbacking for Kansas City.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going with Kansas City because I don't think they're going to. I think they still want to save, show face. We got the Jets at New Orleans.
Excuse me, Jess, I'm sorry. It's not Gardner Minshew, is it?
Yes, it is.
He's on Kansas City. I think I didn't know that. To be honest with you, yeah, you're
big
on him.
He's a gunslinger and he's a snot blower. By the way, yeah, you need
graphic.
Yeah. So we got Jets at New Orleans. New Orleans giving them 6. I'm going New Orleans. The Jets are just unbelievably disgustingly bad.
Sorry, Panak. I'll go New Orleans. Kellen Moore's at least got his team. They play hard. I'll go with New Orleans.
And I like that. Minnesota at the Giants. Giants getting 2.5 at home. I'm going with Minnesota because the Giants nothing but disappointments.
And of course, Kevin O'Connell looks like he's got that team. McCarthy played well. I got to say it for once. He played well in that game. A little cocky. You were 4-8. Now they're 5-8. They got a little something going on now. Maybe they're 6-8 now. They're mathematically not out of it yet. But I'm taking Minnesota. Giants absolutely stink. And Dot is just the more I watch him, I'm not seeing. I don't like his attitude.
No, I don't like his attitude either. Actually, it's very. He's turning me off. All right, we got Tampa Bay at Carolina. Carolina, I can't believe they lost last week, and they lost to New Orleans, right?
So when you stop buying them, they hose you.
Yeah. So I'm going with Tampa Bay.
I am, and and this one I'm disappointed in them. At least Carolina, they're playing with house money. Nobody expected this year. Right. Tampa should at least be able to win that division, and maybe by default they're on the road, but I'm not going to go against them here. Mayfield's that team's really
all back.
Mike Evans is playing. Godwin was allergic, but he's playing. Yeah. Bucky Irvin's back. I'll take Tampa.
All right, we got Jacksonville at Denver. Denver giving them 3.5. I'm rolling with Denver until they lose, and they're looking good.
Well,
I hate to say it.
Well, you're a big point spread person. They don't really cover a lot. They don't blow anybody out, but they win football games. Right. That defense is elite. Bo Nix had, I think, 4 touchdowns last week. You got to stop buying him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Denver in this game until, like you said, they prove me wrong. And I got to look at the other side for Jackson. I want to say congratulations, and I wouldn't have done this. I know you mentioned Jacoby Myers around the trade deadline, but he got traded to Jacksonville. He's had a nice little run for them. 27 catches, 355 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I don't know how that nets you a 3-year extension for $60 million, $40 million guaranteed. But congratulations to him.
Yeah, he's a nice
me, yeah,
guy.
no, he's great. But I'm not saying I would have. If I'm New England, no, I wouldn't have done that. I don't think that's his value. But obviously, Jacksonville likes the player and they want to keep him, and I like that. You go get a guy and you don't just rent him; you keep him.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. I think in this one it's going to be a tight one, but I'm going to go Denver.
All right, very good. We have Atlanta at Arizona. Arizona getting 3 at home. I still think
Get off Brissett's knob, okay? I'm done with it now, okay? Stop jocking Brissett.
I don't want to jock Cousins. He
True.
sucks.
True, but like when you go against them, they win. So it's like,
All
how
right,
about
so-
this? I picked Arizona. I'm going Arizona, but I am because I am.
You just told me to get off Jacoby Shock.
Right, doesn't mean I'm not going to pick them. You've been picking them every week. They're 3-12. I mean, come on.
They're so close.
Yeah.
All right, we got Pittsburgh at Detroit. Detroit giving them 7. I'm going with Detroit. That's a real team. Pittsburgh, I can't get into them. I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they
I
are.
agree with you. Detroit's in some trouble.
Yeah, they are.
Rodgers. I mean, Pittsburgh looks like that they got to be scoreboard watching. They're gonna play this game at 4:25, and they're gonna be able to watch the Pats in Baltimore. They got to scoreboard watch a little bit. Although they kind of control their own destiny. If they keep winning, they're in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Detroit in this game.
Very good. We have Vegas at Houston. Houston giving them 14.5. Vegas sucks.
Terrible.
Obviously, I like Houston and I like their defense. I just don't want them to keep winning because I also don't want to play them.
I think you asked me about who was quarterbacking for Vegas. It doesn't even matter anymore. Geno Smith was out. I said it was Aiden O'Connell. He got hurt, I think, and now it's Kenny Pickett in his small hands. No shot there. Houston's deadly right now. I'm afraid
Small
of them.
hands means never mind.
Too much class. Moving on. I'll take Houston.
All right, we got Cincinnati at Miami. Miami getting 4 at home. Tua is not playing. We got a clip of that. Hold on 1 second. Unbelievable.
Are you considering a quarterback change this week?
Well, I think the quarterback play last night was not good enough, and so for me, everything's on the table.
And who would you consider going to if you make a change?
Well, I think that we're in the process of game planning for the Cincinnati Bengals. So in that process, we're trying to determine who will give us the best chance to win.
Would you expect whoever you go with to be the decision now, or have it? Practice off or whatever. This
I would expect it to be tomorrow.
So Tua is out, and I don't know what they were typing, but obviously that was a very important email that they were sending.
That was gut-wrenching.
I'm going with Cincinnati. I don't believe in whoever the backup quarterback is. Wait, who is it for Miami?
So here's the
It's a name I don't even know.
No. Okay. So it's Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
He sucked in college. Okay. He stunk in college. Here's the perplexing thing about this, Jess, is that he's the third string. So Zach Wilson's pissed because he got pushed, but he got passed over. So
why? Because he sucks too?
I don't know. Yeah, well, we already know that.
Yeah.
He's playing on a 1-year deal. I don't know how he got $6 million. But here's the other thing, Jess.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, this just tells you how he played at Oklahoma. Right? My brother told me 3 years ago he wasn't that good. Now he should be holding just a clipboard. I'm going to tell you something about Tua that you probably didn't pick up on also in this whole thing. Is that he's been named for Sunday as the third quarterback, which means like I'm doing anything. I'm playing anybody but you.
Right.
This is something other than performance. Is something they don't like, and they owe him $54 million next year. They don't want him anymore. They don't want to play for the coach anyways. But he was terrible the other night. They're at home in this one. Cincinnati looks like they mailed it in last week. They got shut out.
I know.
So I keep saying Burrow lights up the scoreboard. He doesn't look like he's happy there. I don't know, Jess. Coin flip city on that one. They're worried about draft positions at this point.
I'm still going Cincinnati. And finally, for Monday Night Football, San Francisco at Indy. Indy getting 5.5 at home. Obviously, I'm going with San Francisco. The San Francisco is like a sleeper. Like, I don't pay attention to them, but they always win.
Yeah, did Rivers have another kid this week? I don't know what's going on there. I mean, he didn't do that bad, but there was some.
He looks thick. He looks like I look right now during the holidays.
There was some instances where he looked 40. What is he, 44? I hate to say because I got a 10 bean on him. Right. But I'll take Purdy and San Fran on the road. I love it how everyone got mad because Brandon Ayuk decided not to be a Patriot a couple of years ago when we tried to trade for him. He's like he tore his ACL. He got his money, and they said, Kyle Shanahan says, I haven't seen him in months. He don't even show up to work out around the facility. But I don't think that aside, I'll take San Fran in this game.
Very good. Let's get to Godson's games of the week.
Let's go! Football! Godson's games of the week.
All right. This is it. He's going with Dallas, 2.5 at home, taking on the Chargers. He's going with Carolina, getting 3 at home, taking on Tampa Bay. And he's going with the New England Patriots, getting 3 against the Ravens.
You notice
He says if he loses this week, he's having Becky do the rest of the season.
I think we should have got ahead of that when Becky should have been like, all right. Anyways, I've been good this year. I kind of haven't been critiquing his picks because I know he's like your godson. We get it. You married him. But I mean, last week I saw there were 4 games and he mushed all 4 of them. I mean, at some point, mixing a W. I'm just saying. I'm glad he's seeing the light too. And like I said, Ronnie from Johnson swears by this guy as a handicapper. He said horse racing, but I'm not seeing it on the pigskin.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Maybe we just change all the football teams into horses. Those are his games of the week. We're going to thank our sponsors and come back with basketball.
No one wants to be involved in an accident, but if there is an occurrence, the best place to take your vehicle is Northeast Auto Body in Johnston. They have a state-of-the-art collision and service center complete with the latest in mechanical and collision repair. But they're a business that handles more than just body work. They provide services such as vehicle inspections, mechanical work, rentals, paintless dent removal, 24-hour towing, and more. Northeast Auto Body, serving New England for over 20 years. Get it done right the first time. Northeast Auto Body, 775 Hartford Ave in Johnston, and at neautobody.com.
790 The Score, your best bet for sports.
Celebrating 25 years, Build RI members have been directly involved in constructing over 110 local, all-union, large-scale commercial construction projects worth more than $10 billion. Promoting local economic development initiatives in order to create business opportunities for local businesses and work opportunities for local skilled craftsmen and women in a competitive environment that is level and fair. With career opportunities developed through apprenticeship training programs, the focus is geared towards making their craftsmen and women the most highly skilled in the construction industry. To find out more, visit buildri.org.
The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. 10,000 skilled craftsmen and women. Together with our contractors, we spend approximately $6 million per year training our membership in state-of-the-art construction technologies to ensure a stable, safe, and productive workforce, delivering projects on time and on or under budget with the finest craftsmanship in the industry. The Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council. We build Rhode Island.
All right, we got the NBA. The Celtics lost a couple games, and I did not like the sarcasm in the text that you sent me for the pregame or the off-the-show production thing. You didn't think I knew who won the NBA Cup?
No, that came across wrong. I'm sorry. I meant like, does anybody care?
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to Jessica, and I'm assuming you probably didn't. I didn't I can't tell you who won the cups the last couple of years. I think maybe Indiana won it one year.
Yes.
The Lakers won it a year. I'm throwing out names, but those are guesses. And if I'm right, I'm right. But I don't care. And not to mention, I don't even know what channel it was on. It was on Amazon Prime. I couldn't watch it, I think.
Oh,
So I'm tired of trying to find games now. It's foolish. But no, I meant that more like, who cares?
Right.
I mean, you want to win at the end. You want the O'Brien trophy.
Yeah, it was Wemby against the Knicks. So, and they ended up losing, and the Knicks ended up getting $500,000 each. So, I mean, good for Brunson and those guys. But Wemby didn't have his greatest game. His grandmother had just died. So,
I know they've monitored his minutes. I know at 10 on Sunday the other day, Mandarelli was saying, I think he said Wemby played limited minutes. He had 21, and he said he's just off the charts.
Yeah,
ridiculous kind. But no, the Celtics actually, the workload seems like it's going down. The schedule always evens out. Just I don't have a lot of games to talk about. The only game they played since we did our last show, I believe, was the Detroit Pistons at home on Monday night. And that one didn't go well.
No.
So, obviously, you look at this team, obviously 15-11, fourth in the East. I mean, I'm not, again, that was payback by Detroit after the season. The last time Detroit was in town at TD, the Celtics ended their 13-game winning streak. So this is a good Detroit team with Cade Cunningham. He can get a shot wherever he wants to. And they look like they exploited some of the deficiencies of the Celtics. And Joe kept throwing, Mazzulla kept throwing different guys at Cunningham. Nobody could stop him between Gonzalez and Minot. And of course, Jordan Walsh, who's been really good.
Yes.
So, not just a little bump in the road. The Milwaukee game the week before they lost. So they haven't really played as much. So the schedule kind of evens out, but they got some tough games coming up. They got Toronto again. Toronto will have their guys in there. They had a couple of injuries. So nothing to be alarmed about. Celtics are still right there.
So I can't remember if I already asked you this. Is it worth Tatum coming back this season?
Well, you get to that trade deadline. I'm sure it's another month and a half away. You start to think like, all right, so where are we in the standings? Can we make a run here?
Need a big boy.
If he comes back and they make a trade at the deadline for a center, or, a rebounder, they got to bring a rebounder in. They don't rebound well enough. They don't have guys that can grab boards. So if they can get another guy that can just go out there like a lunch pail guy, just get rebounds, and you don't have to run any sets for him. Just a guy that can just, maybe use Simon's an expiring contract in the deal. I think the Celtics can still do some things.
All right, very good. Anything else around the league that we want to focus on? Is anybody so this is my question. How was the Thunder not part of the NBA Cup?
Because because they actually, I think they lost their second game of the year, and in that cup game that cost them the point system. It was a point system, and they didn't and then
because they win every game.
That game they lost was a cup game, and they lost it to San Antonio.
Oh, all
right. I think it was the semis or something. They lost in there, and that's why how that went that way. But I'm glad you brought it up. They're like 24-2.
Right, so it doesn't matter.
Dallas is finally 6-4 in their last 10 games, and it's no coincidence. Our guy Cooper Flag dropped 42 the other night.
It's a record, right?
Yeah, for a young kid for his age, for an 18-year-old.
Oh wait,
yeah,
is it his birthday too? Okay, never mind. I don't want to ruin it for you. Is there anything else you want to talk about in the NBA before we get to hockey?
We got to keep blasting.
All right. All right. I don't know what's going on with the Bruins, so just tell me.
All right. So obviously the Bees are 20-15, 40 points, tied for second in the Atlantic. Just they won 5 out of 6 before a home loss versus the Edmonton Oilers the other night. I'm big on the Oilers with Connor McDavid.
Yep.
He had a shorthanded goal in this game, and obviously the Oilers have got the Bruins number. The last 6 trips to TD Bank Garden, they beat the Bruins. So the
just
Bruins
say TD Garden.
TD Garden.
We don't need the bank glove. They dropped the bank.
Oh, dropping the bank, huh? All right, so obviously the Celtics. You got me. You threw me off.
With the bank.
Threw me off.
Sorry,
they
also play the bank. Yeah, go ahead.
What? But no, overall, I think the Bruins are fine. They had a nice little road trip. They won some games, trickled in a few W's, and now they're back home for a 5-game homestand. Obviously Edmonton kind of took a little bit of the momentum away from the Bees, but we were talking about some of the teams that are really good, and I looked at Colorado out west. They are 24-2.
Oh my God.
55 points already. I can't believe they have 2 losses this late in the season. It's almost the new year. So still a lot of things going on. You got Pasternak back. You've got McAvoy's back. Geeky's scoring at a rapid pace. And I think this is the Bruins team right now. I don't want to get ahead of myself when you start talking trade deadline again, Jess. This could be a team maybe you want to add to this team at the deadline. So let's just keep seeing how it's going. 20 wins at this point right now. I'm really happy before New Year's.
All right, very good. Anything else you want to talk about in the NHL? Let's get to Hot Stove. I don't know if I can legally play that, but I think I can only play it for 10 seconds. I knew you were going to say that. 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's all I can play for that.
It's my favorite, too. That's
I
my
know.
song. That's my jam.
Yeah, but it's in the podcast.
No, I
can't do it. So I'll have to find another thing.
Right.
But any Hot Stove that we... yes, there is news.
What?
Red Sox didn't do anything again.
What?
Just blew out the microphone.
Hey, by the way, not to really mock them, and this is just a coincidence because obviously you're thinking they're still going to do something, I hope. But you know that they're only one of 2 teams, the Colorado Rockies being the other.
Oh, they're stellar.
So to be in the same sentence, they're the only 2 teams that have yet to sign a free agent. So obviously, little moves and trades and like off waivers designated for assignment, Rule 5 draft. They've done that. Red Sox made a trade the other day. They actually flipped one of their pitching prospects, the kid Luis Perales.
Yeah.
I liked him because I thought he'd be like a centerpiece in maybe a deal for a bigger name. And they traded him to Washington for left-handed pitcher Jake Bennett. 2 guys that nobody's ever heard of. Just a change of scenery for both guys. They both pitchers had Tommy John surgery. They're both healthy now. So maybe the Red Sox want to load up another lefty. Craig Breslow loves those lefties. You got Peyton Tolley. You got Conley Early. Just building depth at the minor league level. So you maybe can use that chip for another trade. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the names are still out there. I'm hearing some teams are willing to go maybe 5 or 6 years for Bregman. Say goodbye to Bregman, probably. Yeah. Could be Arizona. There's a mystery team in there somewhere. It could be the Cubs. I don't know, but it may not be Boston. Bo Bichette, obviously, he's out there right now. And if they go Kyle Tucker, the Jays, they're not going to bring Bichette back also. He announced that he's willing to play second base, so that could make things a little bit easier for the for the signing market for him, for his value that he's willing to play another position.
Sorry. Who do you want?
Who do I want?
Yeah.
At this point right now, I mean, I got to go. Obviously, Alonso's off the board. What's left? What do I want?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that trade with Arizona to bring the kid Ketel Marte in, the second baseman who can hit for power. I love Bichette. I think he can hit the ball all over the field.
Well, isn't he going to be too much money?
No, they have it. It's still the Devers
I
money.
know they have
It's
it,
still the
but-
Devers money.
Right.
There's the
but-
Devers money. It's right there. I mean, Bichette's going to cost $200 million. You had $250 left from Devers. Again, it's in the back pocket. So it's just we'll see what happens. I like the player, so Bichette would be a guy I would like. And I'm almost sour on Bregman a little bit. Like I don't even know if I want him back at this point. Like I don't know on that one. So I'm like, So by the way, the New York Mets around MLB for hot stove. The New York Mets continue to think that when they sign Yankee guys, it's going to help their team out. Okay, they brought in setup guy Luke Weaver.
They did?
Yeah, 2 years.
At least he doesn't have to move far.
Yeah, 2 years, $22 million. He
Not
gets
worth
$11
it.
million. No, but he's a nice setup guy. I know he stunk in the playoffs. And by the way,
He wasn't good all.
there was a rumor that former Hendricken star Michael King was going to go back to the American League East. They were saying he was down to 3 teams. This is why you can't believe anything you hear. They said he was down to New York, Boston, and Baltimore.
Okay.
Baltimore needs a pitcher. That would have been a great play for them to compete in the AL East with all the moves that other teams are making. I saw him going back to the Yankees. That was the move I thought.
I like
Boston was never on the radar. I don't know how they were even mentioned. But you hear all these rumors about San Diego looking to shed payroll and not want to spend the money all of a sudden. They decided to keep Michael King on a 3-year deal for $75 million. It's a good deal for King. He could have got upwards of $100 million. He just can't stay healthy. He only pitched 73 innings in 2025. But when healthy, this is a guy that you can definitely say is a nice number 2 or 3 starter.
Yeah.
He would have been nice to slot right behind Crochet in between Sonny Gray, but it wasn't to be. But Michael King, the local kid, good deal for him.
Very happy
3
for
years,
him.
$75 million. He's 30 years old. This is a good deal at that time for him. So
He's 30 already?
yeah, because he didn't come up right away. He went to college, and it takes time. He was like, don't forget, he was in that Yankee bullpen for a few years.
Yeah.
So by the time he really came on
The
the scene
name
to be a
came out.
starter, he was already 27, 26,
Oh, wow. I had
27.
no
So,
idea.
But yeah, that's a good pitcher when healthy.
All right. Well, good. Best of luck to him. We like to see local people doing good stuff. Speaking of local, do you want to do PC quick, or do you have anything else you want to talk about? Let's try this. Oh, that's not bad. All right. So your Friars, I will say this. Okay, I get it. They lost. That was a good game. It was double overtime. There was better play than I expected. I mean, no defense, but I do like scoring. And
So now we got to be happy. Did you say it was a good game? And watch the
It was
kid. And
an
watch the kid
excellent
with
game.
watch the kid with the hair for Butler who stunk all day and then killed us in overtime.
I
And when he
know.
missed, and he's 5'9", 5'10", when he missed his own shot, he get his own
Yeah, I
rebound.
know. That
He
was
missed
really
a shot, gets his own rebound.
I know.
Listen, I couldn't tell.
Well, he was saving all that up.
I couldn't.
Clearly.
I couldn't tell if PC was playing Butler or if they were playing. Now back in the day, I'm a little older than you. Back in the day when we went to the Civic Center back and watched the NCAA tournament in 1989, and I watched Princeton almost upset Georgetown. All they do is cut back door all day.
No
I thought
kidding.
PC was playing Princeton. That's coaching,
That
okay?
was a lot of back
How many
doors.
times are you going to let that? How many times are you going to let it happen, Jess? It
That
wasn't.
was like 9-10 times.
It wasn't funny. I was getting and I'm like, it's Kim English.
I literally said back door. Like
This,
you could call
this
it.
guy, you could see it happening.
Yes.
Almost. There was one play where he saw it happen, and I saw him go down to like his knees, like he could like do something about it, get better. I don't know if the players can't play, you can't coach. The bottom line is I knew they weren't winning that basketball game, and I know it was a great game, back and forth. Edwards scored 30. I know a lot of people are saying, well, Butler shot double the amount of free throws Providence did. Providence doesn't go inside. I mean, Oswin's not a post player. He's an athlete, gets a few dunks on putbacks, but there's talent on this basketball team. And obviously no defense. They're giving up 190 to 100 every game.
Yeah.
And now, obviously this is
they're ranked 11.
it's going to be a long season. And there's no adjustments made, Jess. It's just they play no defense. I mean, it's all here in the print. I mean, there's talent on this team. They should be better than this. I'm just not seeing it with Kim English. And like I said,
So you think it's English more than the players?
I think it's English more than the players.
Okay.
Yeah. And another thing, and Lapalillo, Steve Lapalillo's the AD who brought him in. And obviously I'm still wondering, like, because he played for Rick, because he, coached under Rick Bonds, or he played in the NBA for an hour. I mean, like, that was his guy. There was no, and I know I was delusional.
Well, we are the station that does all the PC
Well,
games.
they do the hockey
They do
team.
listen to us.
They do the hockey team too.
No, they do.
Oh,
Yeah, they do
damn.
the basketball
All right,
games.
He's doing a terrible job. Okay, I'm just gonna say it one more time. Okay, because you know what? I know that, like, from what I hear, we always say we have
No more sponsors for
we have our
us.
Friar insiders, but I've got a couple of new insiders.
Oh.
some new sauces.
Are we paying
And-
them? Or
and-
I hope not.
And I know the AD was at a high school game recently, and it was, it was right before the Butler game, and somebody went up to him and said, you going to Hinkle, which is where they play. That's where Butler
Yes,
plays. That's
where
where they did the
Snow
movie
was.
Hoosiers.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they went to breaks. They showed those. It
I
was
like
nice.
that,
I
yeah.
loved it. And he goes, and I'm just saying that nothing major. He goes, we need this one today or tomorrow, whenever the
Yeah.
game was. Like your first game of the Biggie, you're saying we need it.
They did
And
need
they
it.
didn't get it.
I know.
And you got, of course, you got St. John's and UConn coming up in the next week.
Sure.
And I think
They
it's
could
gonna
surprise you.
get worse before it gets better. Just they don't know how to win.
Like season-wise?
And he
or-
doesn't know how to get. I said they were 12-20 last year. I think it's heading down that same path.
Crap, that's not good for us.
I hope
That's
I'm
not
wrong.
good. I hope
I'm
you're wrong too.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? You said you had local stuff. Do you want to hit
Yeah.
that up? I will find. Let's see what this is. That's not bad. All right,
No.
give it to me.
Well, so it's a nice little story. Obviously with LaSalle, I followed Michael Solzillo. Obviously sponsors Dad. Northeast Auto Body sponsors the show, and I ran into my ex-sister-in-law the other day in Stop and Shop.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I love the whole family. They're great. You know.
Yeah.
I love everybody else, but I love the family. So I ran into my ex-sister-in-law, January.
If you could have married the family, you would have.
Yes, that's the moral of the story. But no, so my ex-sister-in-law Janet, her son Johnny, I guess he's Johnny the Third. So her husband, I used to be friendly with him. Obviously, my ex-brother-in-law. He an athlete himself, got into golf, but I guess he was a hell of a football player back at Bristol in his day.
Okay.
But the son started as a sophomore at LaSalle this year, playing for Dan Copen, who was on Keeping Score a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And I just want to say, John, congratulations to Johnny. Obviously, he lost to Hendricken in the finals. I think it was 13-3.
Yep.
But he's a defensive player. I think he plays safety, maybe a little linebacker. Kid starting as a sophomore, and he made all division for a Division I team.
That's
so that's
great.
that's big time stuff.
It is.
And I told her I'd give her son a shout out on the show.
That's nice.
And I think that's just really good stuff as a sophomore. So
No more other shout outs for
I
those
think-
people in the family.
I think good things are ahead for him. I mean, this kid's an athlete. And she told me and I like the sports that she mentioned. She goes, he's going to do indoor track now
Nice.
and maybe lacrosse in the spring. So this kid's very, very athletic. I said, well, what about golf? Your husband's a diehard golfer. She said, no, he likes stuff that
Moving.
moves. Yeah, he doesn't like to be stagnant and
Yeah.
still. So, listen. So congratulations to Johnny Costa.
And the very, very well done. Congrats, Johnny. You ready for birthdays? It is Sunday, December 21st, our Christmas show. Who was born today?
All right. The great Josh Gibson. He was born in 1911. Stop.
If you're watching us on
Stop
YouTube,
it.
you could have seen
Stop
my
it.
face. I'm like,
Stop it.
I have no
All
idea.
right. Passed away in 1947. Unfortunately, died of a stroke at 35.
He died before
Okay.
my parents were born.
Okay, so listen, this guy's one of the greatest. They're saying he's the Black Babe Ruth.
Okay.
So like this guy was like the Negro League star. Like he played in the 12-time All-Star. They saying they didn't have the records then, but they think he hit about like 800 home runs. This guy was the best.
Oh my
He,
God.
he was going if he could have been the Jackie Robinson. Do you understand? This
Yes,
is a little
I
bit
see.
before that.
Yes.
Played with Jackie in the Negro Leagues. They all played together. Willie Mays. They all have history. This was one of the greats. Catcher used to hit the ball. This is the guy. I've read a lot of stuff on Josh Gibson. Did pass away way before his time.
Yes.
But the Black Babe Ruth. So
I don't know if there's anything that we're gonna get called out on
No.
for all of that last whole segment.
I mean, well, he's-
but happy birthday, and hopefully we're not flagged for.
What?
Keep it
All right,
moving.
moving on. I got these next two females. We don't mention these sports that often, but Chris Everett is 71.
Oh, yes.
Or if you back in the day, you remember it was Chris
Tennis.
Everett Lloyd.
Yes.
Okay. Very 18 Grand Slam singles titles. She was a tennis star. And then I go on the Olympic side. I went to Florence Griffith Joyner.
Woo!
Yep. Obviously,
nice to
another one that passed way before her time. She was beautiful. 1959. She passed away in 1998. Olympic athlete. I just wanted to mention them. I don't think we do enough like outside of the major
No,
sports.
you should. Yes.
And I've got one basketball player. The aforementioned Cooper Flagg
I
is
knew it, 21st.
19, the number one pick out of Duke. He's up to 18 and a half points a game, 6
Great.
rebounds for the surging Dallas Mavericks. Flagg is the real deal.
He is.
Shifting over to the entertainment side, the great Samuel L. Jackson
Oh, nice.
is
68.
you're way off, Jess. You're never that.
78.
All right, stop it now. 76.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's
he
up
looks
there.
good.
And by the way, I got a little nugget. By the way, for one of his first movies, did you know he was in Coming to America? You ever see Coming to America
Yeah, of
when
course I did.
Arsenio and Murphy play like themselves like 100 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy in McDowell's that keeps robbing the place, and then he takes him down. He's trying to rob the place with the big shotgun.
Okay.
That's Samuel L.
Yes,
Jackson
yes,
before he
yes,
was Samuel L.
yes.
Jackson. And one nugget that I don't think anybody would know. This is a really nice thing that he had. Not nice, but he was an usher at Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did he get that?
He must have been involved, maybe the families. I don't know,
Yeah.
going way back. He had to be a kid.
Yeah,
He had to
right.
be really young. That was
Yeah.
the 60s. So he's 76. So
Wow.
he's up there.
He looks
And
great.
I got one more actor. Ray Romano is
71.
68.
Damn it. I was going to say 68.
Obviously, everybody loves Raymond. I was never really got into the show.
You
but
never
he-
loved Raymond?
Nah, but
No.
he did that little mini series with the girl who I didn't love from Friends either. What's
Yeah,
it?
Lisa Kudrow.
Kudrow. I forgot
Yeah.
the name of it. That was pretty good.
It wasn't bad. I think we stopped watching it when, well, I don't want to give it away to people, but the son died. Okay.
Dennis Leary was in that.
Yeah, that was
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a perfect role
So,
for him.
by the way, I just want to say those are my birthdays for December 21st.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a fun time. It's the holidays and stuff. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one RIP, and I hate to do it, but I have to do it today.
What?
Okay. So, I want to say RIP to a friend, former friend of mine. Thomas Fitzgerald passed away this week.
Oh,
okay.
geez.
And yeah, so obviously you have history with Twin Oaks. Tommy's brother Jay works at Twin Oaks.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
so
of course.
so just so you know, Tommy Fitzgerald and Michael Fitzgerald, his brother who works for the city of Cranston, graduated from West with me.
Yep.
Thomas was the year he was 90. I was 89. I just want to let you know these brothers always have a smile on their face. They're
Yes, of
happy,
course.
go
Jay's
lucky.
amazing.
They lost their dad at like 38 years old. They named the Sherman Field right where you live.
Yes.
Was named Fitzgerald. I forgot his dad's name. I don't know if it was Thomas also. Maybe it was Mike Fitzgerald. I don't know. But they named the field the backfield.
Yep.
Because you got the two fields, the little complex. They named it after him. His father was a Cranston cop.
Oh, I didn't
Tommy
know this.
briefly was a cop, but he was a waiter at Twin Oaks for years. And I think he had a piece of that bar that was like where the Roxy used to be. It's Ted's. And
Yep.
It's been a million things over there.
Yep.
He was involved in that. One of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. Always happy-go-lucky. And he passed away unexpectedly. I will be going to
That
the,
was this
to the
week?
wake. I will be going to the wake tonight.
So
Yes.
Jay's brother?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I got to send him a text.
Yeah,
That's
unexpectedly.
terrible.
I don't know much about it, but
Oh, during the holidays?
one of the most lovable guys I've ever met. And I'll never forget this, Jess. I've been playing sports my whole life, especially baseball and basketball. And when I was 12 years old, I played on a team called Nortec in the CLCF League. And to this day, that's the only team that I was ever on that went undefeated. Ran the table. It was coached by Mitch Levin, and Michael and Tommy were the forwards on that team.
Yep.
And we went 19-0. It's the closest thing I ever came other than one of my Black Sox teams a few years back. About 12 years ago, we went 22-0-1. We had a tie in there, but we ran the table. It was the only unbeaten team I was on, so I won a championship with Tommy. And big Celtic fan and just a fun-loving guy, and he will be missed.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to transition from that. It was a tough week overall, obviously, in Providence, what happened last week, Brown University, and then the MIT professor as well. But there's been a lot of not holiday-esque stories that we've had to report, but luckily enough, that case is kind of closed up now due to the shooter actually killing himself, which unfortunately I wish we would have had Adam because.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we get answers, Jess?
Well,
How does
I'm
that,
sure.
like-
I'm sure we're going to get more
Yeah.
answers. I mean, the FBI was picking up everything that was in this little satchel. I mean, we're going to obviously hear more, but just doesn't make any sense to me. It's a very odd case. He was 48 years old on the Brown campus. What are you doing on a Saturday in December? Like, just terrible stuff.
Yeah, our hearts
So-
go out to the families that will never be the same after that, and of course to the families of Rob Reiner and his wife who passed away. Also,
Yes.
that was terrible.
I know.
Of course,
Their son.
of course, when you think of him, obviously a legendary director, but you go back to the 70s. The show was before its time. He'll always be noted as Meathead
Yes.
from All in the Family
Yep.
because he got tortured by Archie Bunker.
Yeah, I know.
But what a show that was! It was before its time. But Rob Reiner will be missed. 78 years old. His wife was 68. That's an absolute rotten shame.
It's just, that
Yeah.
was just bad
Tough,
stuff.
never a good time. But around the holidays, when you're looking for good stuff, this is the last thing you want to hear.
Definitely. Well, I mean, there's no easy way to transition it, but we're going to have to move on. And it's our Christmas episode. So it's time to open our gifts.
Impressive.
All right. So
You go first? Who's
no,
going first?
No, you go first.
Oh, I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
Okay. And once again, this is on YouTube. We're back. At least for this week.
You're always-
We'll see what happens next
You're
week. I
always
don't know.
very, very thoughtful. You always
Yes.
do nice.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
All right. Unnecessary. It's our Christmas episode. What do you think? I'm going to not give you anything? All right. So once you get it, just hold it up.
All right, so this looks like a little medley of Topps baseball cards.
Yes, baseball cards, because that's your favorite sport.
It is, and it's like every time I told you I don't collect cards anymore, but I probably said it that when I'm in a line at Dick's or whatever,
Yeah,
I'm
you
always
pick up a
$20 in the hole. I can't help it. So
I know. That's why I got
this
it.
is great. This is great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get somebody good in there.
If I get any like Yankees, I might distribute those back to
Oh,
you. So I
that's
just want to
nice. So
say,
you
but
can-
this is really nice.
Very nice. You can
Thank
hold
you.
on to it. You're
Okay.
welcome. Maybe you get an Otani in there or Judge or somebody like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
worth. Actually, you probably know every player, so it wouldn't matter, sir.
No, I'm
They are
excited.
professional.
I'm excited. Looking forward to that. Right. Obviously, this has got a little more. This feels like some type of.
It's of a apparel nature.
Oh wow!
Do you already have that one?
No,
Are you sure?
no.
Okay.
Wait, how'd you know 47? How'd you know? I've only mentioned it like for 3 years. So
It's a 47 brand.
How's you two picking this up?
Very nice. You're doing a great job. It's
Can't
the
even
old
see
school.
me, right?
No, we don't.
'Cause-
It's about the merch. 47 brand. Yeah. So it's the old school Pat the Patriot.
No, that's nice.
I like the old school logo best.
I really do.
I know.
I really
it's just
do.
never going to happen again.
Know what I bought in the line the other day at Dick's? I
Yeah.
think I was getting something for you,
Jeez,
actually.
How often are you?
Can they sponsor us? We're really in dire straits now. I'm not joking here. Keeping score late innings here. Gift time right here. We're scraping the barrel. We'll talk about that after the new year. Okay. But no, I think I was actually getting you something. But like when you wait in those long lines, sometimes it ends up costing me another like 100 because it's like that. I bought the I buy those mini helmets, the Pats mini helmets, and I
Yes.
got the one that would be the helmet for the
Oh,
the new one.
Oh my God, I was
whitish looking-
almost going to get you that one.
Yeah, the little
Yeah,
small
I'm so
one.
glad you got it because I was going to get you that. The rivalry
Yes.
helmets.
Really,
yes.
really nice. But
Yeah.
this is great. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
good.
I
You're
love
welcome.
It.
I
So-
got an extra large, which I still think is too big for you, but you can always
well,
shrink it.
so just so you know, right now you're looking at this. This was from my team when we won the championship. It's a little big.
Yeah.
But like it's comfortable, but I'm gonna wear it because it's from the obviously 5-time champs. I was on the last 2.
Yep.
And I just keep getting more swag. They left
Yeah.
it, my buddy left it in his little cubicle outside his porch the other day. I went by and picked it up. So they just keep giving me swag. I
All
keep
right, well,
taking
keep
it. So
repping it.
but go ahead. Yeah.
All right,
so
there we go. We got 4 minutes left.
okay.
Oh, very nice. A Jordan pink hoodie.
Now, obviously, like you're not
Oh,
a
no.
you're not a big girl, but you're a tall drink of water.
Yeah,
I just feel
I have
like
to be a
I
large.
just feel like it's I was told by your significant other that it was medium was the play for you, so
Oh,
we're gonna
really?
have to get you a large. She botched. She like 12, 13 years together, and she
Wait.
gives me the wrong size. I don't know.
15 years.
It looks short to me. I'm
It
just
does look
telling
short
you.
because it's a woman's. I usually wear men's medium.
But
this
I
is-
was in the women's side. You're a woman. You're still a woman to me.
I
I gotta go back to Dick's. It's fine. It's fine. Throw
I'll
it back
try
in the
it on.
bag.
I'll try
Now,
it on.
I already get a bad feel for it, but she texted
Why?
me back while I was in the building. Like she could have given me the right.
First of all, she didn't even pick up the phone when I had a
You almost
possible
bought the farm.
murderer in the car. Mariah, who's a
All right,
hairdresser.
we'll get it right. I can tell by looking at it that it ain't.
It may be.
Nah,
it may be.
I don't want it to be tuck. That's
Well,
all.
I
So
mean, I can try it on in the bathroom after this. Like we don't have to have you. I know you're just aching to get back to Dick's Sporting Goods, but
Well,
you may not have
the
to.
funny thing was I took something back to Dick's a couple of weeks ago. No, took something back to Dick's a couple of weeks ago.
Dick's and Target. That's what I should get
and they
you next
offered
year.
me the cash back, and I'm like, no, I'm here all the time. Don't even bother. Just give me the card. It was $80, so
Yeah.
I'll use that 80 eventually. And even on that day, I forgot to bring it in with me, and I was too lazy to go back to the car, so I
Use
just
it in the
purchased that.
car?
I'll use it the next time. There will be a next time. I'm there like 4 times a month, so. We'll figure that out.
Once a
But
week, Dean is
but
at Dick's
just so you
Sporting
know,
Goods.
if it doesn't pan out, that was because she said medium. She didn't say men's medium. She said medium. I
Right.
said, what size
So
is
did you send her the picture? Did she know it was pink?
I
Because she
said,
would have.
I said, does she have that color? She said, no. I didn't want to get you. Everything's always black and this.
Yeah.
And so she said you didn't have that color. Do you have
No,
that
I
color?
don't. No, I don't have this
all right.
color. That's
so
what
she
I'm
got
saying.
she got half right.
Yeah,
She botched the size.
I think she was just trying to be nice,
Well, it's not about being nice at that point. It's about
figuring it out. But maybe
Getting
she
it
was
right.
thinking because if you went into our little backup studio at home,
Mm.
you would notice that I have Michael Jordan hoodies and they're all mediums. So she was right on that. It's just not a woman's
the men's
medium; it's a
medium.
men's.
So I got to go in the
medium.
men's department and get it. Is that what you-
Or you just get a woman's large. Well, whatever. We're gonna try it on. It's fine. I love it.
Okay.
It's Jordan,
Well,
and you can't go wrong.
Thank you. I love.
like to switch.
I love my.
I like to switch it up right now.
I love
actually.
my gifts, and then I have a couple other things in the bag for,
But
for you
we
and Jess.
legally
That's
can't
like-
show on, any social media. This is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. We're gonna get rocked. It's our Christmas show. Next week we will be. I think for the next 2 weeks we're gonna be on or 3 weeks. at least 2 weeks we're going to be on the home front. So
Front, I love
I
it.
know. So we're going to be safe on the Petro.
Okay.
This is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Patriots on tonight, 8:20. They're going to be taking on the Ravens. We know it's going to be a tough game, so hopefully they do come out with a win. Because if they do win, they win.
I think
the
they'd
division,
win the
right?
division. I think they'd be gold. And
I would
then
like that to happen.
let's put this thing to rest
I
now.
would like to
it's
have a
been too
hat
good
or
of
a
a year.
t-shirt.
Let's not.
Yeah. Let's not keep losing.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Keeping Score with Jess and Dean. And we're once again, at least for this week anyway, we're back on YouTube. So make sure you follow us there. And I guess we're not going to talk to you until after Christmas. So everyone have a very Merry Christmas. Relax with the fam. Give them an extra hug, especially this year because the last month has been pretty tough. So
Happy holidays.
and thanks for listening.